Hello traders, and welcome to another edition of What's Moving in the Forex Market, brought to you by myself, Kurt Capra, and Pristine Trading. As always, please keep in mind that all comments are for instructional and educational purposes only and should not be construed as investment advice. Let's take a look at the charts here, and I want to first start off with US dollar yen. And last week did a video kind of highlighting this pair in particular, saying that if it can break this support level, there's going to be a real strong high odds opportunity for shorting. And sure enough, as you can see, we did in fact break that support, and we had just multiple down days. So hopefully you were able to capture this move. I mean, whether it be from just the breakdown and shorting that, or if you were just shorting every rally into resistance breakdown on the intraday time frames. There was just so much to be done here last week that you could have just specifically played this one pair and made a real nice amount of money. And let me just show you here. Here's the 4 hour, here's your break, and then just again beautiful movement lower. You had a nice breakdown here. You had some nice follow through lower, couple continuation patterns, another sell setup there. So all in all, I mean, this is just the 4 hour, and of course, as you drill down to smaller and smaller time frames, you'll see even more opportunity to where you could have gotten on board, added to positions while continuing to manage and reducing the size at other times to generate more of an income. But be that all as it may, hopefully you were able to capture this move down. At this point now, looks like we're getting a little bit of a rest here. You can see we're starting this Monday morning off with a little bit of a bounce, which is to be expected. I mean, shoot, we had multiple days down, increasing in range. So a little bounce here is to be expected, but overall, again, the longer term bias is still lower. And you can go back and look at last week's video to see why that is, but still definitely looking at this to move lower longer term. All right, so with that, let's take a look at Euro US dollar here today. It's kind of going to be the one that we're going to highlight for this video. And as you can see, really nice move up from this pullback. Actually, in the video 2 weeks ago, we spoke about this setup here and the potential for it to move higher. So again, of course, you could go back and look at that if you want. But in any case, strong move up. It's been going sideways all last week. At this point, if it can break above these highs, then I'm going to look for this to move higher. Really not look. I wouldn't look to do much if it breaks down because the trend is up right now. So I'm not going to look to short within a longer time frames uptrend. So my primary focus, my primary bias would be looking to get long here. And again, if it can break out, then we'll look for it to move higher. You could see that this has been the top end of the range here for really quite some time. This has been where Euro US dollar has struggled to get above, but maybe things are changing here now. We'll have to see. I mean, it came up, it held this range. You got a nice little inside week last week, and as I said, if we can break over the top of this range, we might be able to get some follow through higher. On the other hand, if it breaks under the range, maybe it does start to fall back down, but as I said, I wouldn't be looking to do anything really from a swing perspective. If I was to look at getting short Euro US dollar, it'd be on an intraday trade only, looking to take advantage of the range. But again, bigger picture, I'm thinking maybe if it can get over last week's high, that this has a shot at, at least running up towards the 1.1705 level, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But maybe we're getting close to a point where we break out of this sideways range and start a new decisive uptrend. That is something which is very possible. Looking at the monthly chart, you can see here it's just kind of been sitting here for what feels like an eternity, but at the same time, I mean, you got to realize and look at where it came from. And here we had, something like over 8 consecutive down months. So to be getting a little bit of a rest here really isn't that abnormal. and it's just now coming into contact with one of our more intermediate term moving averages, which is the 21 exponential. So this might be where it gets rejected and pushed back to the downside. So a lot of dynamics happening here when you look at multiple time frames, and just got to take it one step at a time. But right now, if it can break out, well, then we want to start looking for buyers to continue stepping up and looking to play that on an intraday basis. If it fails, we'll have to see how much it fails, how hard it fails, how sharp is the move down? Does it take out support? Is it going to hold support? Things of that nature will become important questions to have answered should it, as I said, move lower. But that's going to be the one to keep an eye on. There are other things going on with other pairs, but I just wanted to highlight this one. We'll see where some of these other things go. You got New Zealand dollar, US dollar trying to push up a little bit here. Pound US dollar more or less range bound, not much doing there. US dollar, Canadian dollar looking like it may continue to weaken a bit this week. But as I said, this was the one I wanted to highlight for the pattern and where we may be headed. But with that said, guys, again, Pristine offers a number of webinars each and every single week, so I certainly invite you and encourage you to join us. You can see some of the webinars we've got this week, and then, of course, go to www.pristine.com for the full schedule, and we'd love to have you there and asking any and all questions you may have. So, again, hopefully we'll see you there, but if not, maybe in another upcoming webinar. But either way, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that you can receive future updates and videos that we do here at Pristine going forward. So, as always, stay confident, stay disciplined, and stay patient. And we'll talk to you again soon.